I think that there are 3 pillars to improving yourself and taking your life to the next level and actually beginning to respect who you are. And it's taken me kind of a while to break everything, all the habits that you can do, meditation, journaling, hitting the sauna, and all these different things that you can do in life to improve yourself into these 3 steps or into these 3 categories. And these 3 categories are basically should be your entire focus for your life, because I think it does a really good job of encompassing everything that is actually important in your life and cutting away all the fat and everything else that doesn't really matter, and that's just sapping away your energy. So number 1, it's yourself, you and me. How do we view ourselves, right? How do you think about yourself? When you look yourself in the mirror, like, what do you think about yourself? What is your identity? Who are you? Who are you trying to become? What is your story? I think if there's one thing that you take away from this video, it's that this is the most important thing. We always talk about, self-improvement, like improve yourself. This is basically what goes into all these, like your life basically. This side of self-improvement is the surface level, I would say, where you're just trying to develop your identity, begin to respect yourself, build good habits, kill the bad habits. And yeah, this is the surface level that we always talk about, blah, blah, blah. You know about it, meditation, journal, workout, whatever. But there's a deeper layer. And the second layer is your circle. And you and me have heard this before, but it's never really sunk in for us. It's the fact that you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And I don't know about you, but when I first heard that, I was like, man, what is this BS? Like, I can choose to be whoever I want to be. But I guess as I kept living, and as you know, regardless of whether you believe it or not, or whoever you hang out with, even if you hang out with like some psychopath, if you spend enough time with someone, you are eventually going to copy their mannerisms, the way that they speak, the way that they think. You're going to adopt perspectives that they take and sides of their worldview that even subconsciously, you're not like, oh, he thinks about polar bears like this, or he thinks the world is flat, so I'm gonna think the world is flat. No, it's gonna be subconscious. And the problem with this is it's subconscious. Like, actually, you can't control it. You spending time with certain types of people eventually, inevitably, makes you more like them. Think about your parents. A lot of the traits that we inherit from our parents, as in like personality or speech or body language, these things aren't genetic, right? You can't you're not born with body language built into you. No, as a kid, what do? Children don't learn, they imitate. Who did you imitate? Well, of course you imitated your parents. And so if you grew up imitating your parents and that's kind of how your personality was kind of rubbed off onto you, not saying you're a copy of your parents, but you can see how from the time that we are born to, I guess, our entire lives, we are constantly changing and evolving and being morphed and influenced by other people. And so I think instead of fighting that fact, like, oh, I'm my own person, I'm self-made. No, you are anything but self-made. Everything from the opinions that you've seen online, social media, whatever anyone has told you to believe, you've either taken that into account and made it your own or just completely rejected it. But if you really think about it, from the time humanity has begun to now, all we've been doing is learning from our past generation and figuring out things from other people and learning from other people our entire lives. And so of course your circle is going to impact you. It's built into our biology, right? So instead of trying to fight the facts, I think it's about time we start embracing it and using it to our advantage, right? Because it's just a fact. It's not good, it's not bad. You can use it as a tool, as with everything. And as always, it's also a skill to build. So second thing, that's the circle. And I'll get more into it later. How can you find better friends? Like, I'm still working on that too. It's one of the hardest things, but the deepest layer, I would say, the most important layer that no one really talks about, especially in self-improvement, is actual purpose. And not just purpose like, oh, I'm trying to find the meaning of life, guys. I'm trying to meditate until God talks to me or something like that. No, your purpose is the work that you do. What is the meaningful and fulfilling work that you do in your day-to-day life that brings you fulfillment? It's a goal, an ambition that you're working toward, right? Oftentimes, goals are our North Star for our lives, as in North Star, as in something that you look to and align your direction to. And I feel like I know for a fact a lot of us have no idea what our North Star is. And that really dawned on me a couple days ago. So I sat down with myself, as always, pen and a piece of paper, and I wrote for like 2 or 3 hours everything that I wanted out of life. Think about it. You, me, and everyone else that you're ever going to meet has one life. There's a timer above your head. Imagine like a timer above your head of how much time you have left. None of us can see it, but it's there. And this timer is constantly draining every second. As we speak, this timer is draining. And there's no way for you to add another second on that clock. But every second that you spend that isn't aligned to your North Star is a second that you're spending traveling away from it. Think of like stars in, I don't know why I'm in a bathroom right now, but think about stars in the sky, right? You choose to follow one star, but oftentimes that takes you away from other stars. So you can only choose one star. And if you don't even know what star you're following, then how are you gonna expect to get anywhere in life? No wind is favorable for a sailor who doesn't know which port he sails to. That's a bar, you should write that down right now. Oh my gosh, that's the title of this video. And so I really asked myself, if I only get one life, what do I want to do with it? What do I want to accomplish? And it dawned on me like, damn, I don't want to just be a YouTuber or a basketball player. I want to change the world. Like, you only get one life. Why not try and change the world in some way? Make some kind of impact. And so I wrote down some crazy things. Like, it doesn't matter. Write down whatever you want. Don't be afraid. It's literally a piece of paper. No one's going to judge you for it. But for some reason, I felt like people would judge me for it. But I wanted to do things like reform the education system so kids don't have to like commit suicide by the time they're teenagers or something. Oh, there goes the monetization of this video down. Okay, whatever. We're unfiltered here. Authenticity. Or destroy estrogenics. If you don't know what estrogenics is, damn, we're gonna be infertile by 2050. Or, I don't know, reverse the damages of global warming. I don't know, whatever I wrote down. I wrote down like 20 different things. But there are things that you need to dedicate your life to that need to serve as your North Star, or else, once again, no wind will be favorable for you if you don't know what port you're trying to sail to. And we only get one chance to sail. And okay, there's a lot of good quotes going on in this video. You won't be able to discover new destinations or discover new lands if you're too afraid of losing sight of the shore. I butchered that. Let me say that again. You will never discover new land You will never discover new land if you're too afraid of losing sight of the shore. If you're afraid to lose sight of the shore, of what's familiar, of what's comfortable, then you're never going to be able to explore past what you think is possible right now. Let's be honest, we only have one life. Once again, the timer's ticking. Timer's ticking. So you gotta find what that is right now, as soon as possible. Because every day that you spend away from it, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's a day you're never getting back. Timer's ticking, and it's not stopping for you, and you can't get any of it back. Live with a sense of urgency. I know we may be young, but you never know. There are people your age who haven't even made it to your age, and they would do anything to have what you have right now. So do it for them, if you're not even gonna do it for yourself. But seriously, have some self-respect and actually get your life together, bro. I don't know who needs to hear this. I know you need to hear it. I see you, bro, behind this phone screen right now. You need to hear this. So after you get off this video, even if you don't write for 3 hours like I did, just ask yourself a simple question and sit with it even for a moment. Because you never know. It's questions like these that you sitting alone in your bedroom or wherever you are that change your life and end up changing other people's lives as well. So once again, I bring you the question, what is your North Star? You have a timer ticking right here, and you have one chance to set sail to sea, but no wind is favorable for a man who doesn't know what port he sails to. So what port do you want to sail to? Because you only get one chance. And who knows, even if you do set sail and you know what port you're going to sail to, you'll never make it. Maybe there'll be a tsunami or something, you crash along the way, but hey, at least you went for it, while many people were too afraid to even sail in the first place. As always, if you want to hear more from a 17-year-old trying to figure out life, subscribe. It's a win-win for both of us. And as always, get after it.